I don't know if you're up for it, but you're willing to bare your soul.
Of course, then.
Right.
Of course.
No. I'm curious to see when you first started getting interested in boxing. What kind of age and what made you, enjoy it?
Right then. Well, I first got into boxing, I'd say. Well, I was an infant because my dad was a boxing coach and he was a fanatic on boxing, so he would be teaching me from home. He'd pick me up as a little infant and we had a punch bag in the bedroom and he'd lift me up and I'd get to punch the bag. So that was my very first introduction to it, and then I went to my first boxing club when I was 6.
Tell me about that. How did that go?
The first experience really of a boxing club was a bit daunting for me because I got chucked in the deep end massively and I got put in sparring with an older lad who was actually boxing competition, so he wasn't pulling no punches. So, I'm this little whippersnapper going in there thinking, this is fun, and he punches me a couple of times in the face. And I'll be honest, it shook me up a little bit. So that obviously got stopped, and then that was that.
But that isn't common, right? Is that something that doesn't happen all the time?
It generally doesn't happen. A good coach, no disrespect to my dad, because my dad at the time was training other people, but it was the other coach at the gym. He thought I was a lot older, you see, so he thought, because I was a tall lad, putting me in sparring isn't going to do me no harm. He didn't realise I've only just turned up and I was 6 years old, do you know what I mean? So normally you would never do that. You should go to a boxing club, you should be learning the absolute basics, and punching bags, pads, shadow boxing before you ever even think about sparring. Really, sparring would be for somebody who wanted to take up boxing as a competition sport.
Okay, you say your dad was really keen on boxing, loved boxing, so did you always used to watch things about boxing, like actual fights and videos?
Oh yeah. Growing up, every Friday night we'd watch the Friday night boxing, and I can still remember it as clear as day now. Yeah, so the golden days. This was like late 80s, 90s, and it was good times.
Before I actually ask you about what you enjoy about boxing, any kind of boxers that really stand out for you that you love or influenced you or inspired you?
Yeah, there's so many to name. Back in the day when I was growing up as a kid, Prince Nassim Hamed, he was exceptional. He was so charismatic and entertaining. He was brilliant. Obviously, you had the old greats like Muhammad Ali.
Yes.
My personal favourite was Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Growing up, watching Mike Tyson, his ferocity and just his whole aura about him. He was the heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah, because I've been watching a bit about Mike Tyson now, and he's very different now, isn't he? Compared to him as well.
Yeah.
So tell me about why you, what sort of things, you had that experience at the start. It's not a common experience because coaches would watch you through the process. But what made you want to continue with it then? What did you love about boxing?
I loved the fitness. I loved the fitness side of things. I always loved, like you said, all the circuit training, the punching the bags. We used to have the Rocky music on in the background that had a lovely atmosphere in the club. It was like a real, even though it's a very lonely sport at times, it was a real team sport because you all come together, you're all doing your circuits. The camaraderie, it was really nice.
So honestly though, Paul, you didn't just go there to think, okay, I'm going to learn now how to hit people and be better at violence. So what did you go there for? Was just self-defense, like you say, the fitness?
The fitness for me, because it went hand in hand with, I used to play football as well for the school and the team on the weekends. So I always needed to have my fitness up, and I always used to do the circuit training at the football, and I found it too easy. Honestly, I did. I found it way too easy because I was doing the boxing training 3 times a week and all the circuits. It took my fitness to another level. So I had that strength and the physical stamina and all that fitness side. So when I did play football, I could give 100% of myself. So,
No, I love that. So from there, do you still continue to box, or what?
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about your journey. Then, what did you do after that?
Yeah, the journey. I'll be honest with you. Once boxing's in your blood and your system, you can't get it out. It's one of them things. It stays with you for the rest of your days. My dad, he's nearly 70 years old, and he still loves boxing. He's still shadow boxing. He's on the bag. It's in there, and it's been the same with me. No matter what hobbies and sports and interests I've had over the years, I've always kept up with the boxing. I ended up boxing competition in the end. In my early teens and into my late 20s and 30s. So over the years I've always dipped my toe in and out, but it's just been such a good, it's brilliant for self-defense and to have the confidence, you feel confident in yourself. So, if you were walking down a dark street and there's some strange people, you feel quite safe in yourself because you feel like if any bother did happen, you've got the fitness, you can run.
Yeah.
Or if someone's thrown a few punches at you, you can slip out of the way, you've got good timing and reaction skills to save yourself, so that helps with you, yeah.
So I want to point this out as well because we've known each other for a little bit, and what I find is that really good martial artists and good boxers, they tend to be the less violent people, almost the calmest, because they know what they're capable of and what they don't want to do. So what I'm gathering from you is that you don't see this as something that you do to be able to be more violent towards other people. It's like a way of discipline, challenging any kind of aggression, putting it in the gym, because to be honest, you can leave most of your aggression in the gym, can't you?
100%, exactly right. That's exactly right. So like you said, when you go to a boxing club and you're doing your circuits, you're training, if you want to spar, you spar. Like you said, you're getting all that frustration out, all that pent-up anger. You're exhausted. There's not an ounce of you that wants to go out on the street and cause trouble or be a part of any trouble. Do you know what I mean? It's a disciplined sport. It's all about respect. And like I said, if you ever cross that line, you're gone. You're out. That's the first thing a decent coach will say to you, is if you ever take any of this that I'm teaching you out onto the streets, it's goodbye.
Yes. So, like, for working with you, and I know, appreciate we're doing online videos, and it would be good to get face to face. So, what happens, like, depending if you're a beginner? How could you introduce someone to this, and just talk about the benefits of just getting fitter through this? What kind of things would you do? Say, if I walked into your class as a beginner, didn't know anything, would I watch your videos? What would you do with me? Because I'd see you smiling there.
I'd get you in with the biggest, heaviest guy in the gym. You'd be sparring, all right?
Oh, stop it.
Straight away, you're in.
No, please.
No, you're going to go in there and I'll be teaching the absolute basic, the fundamentals, like on the previous video that I've done. Yeah. It's going to be how you stand, how you hold your guard, your basic punch combinations, and then it's going to be more to do with the fitness side of things. Yeah. And then you build from that, you see, and 9 times out of 10 you start like that and people get a healthy curiosity and they actually want to do a little bit of sparring. So when you do get a bit of sparring, it's technical sparring. So you're going in there with someone your same height and age and weight, and you're not trying to tear lumps off each other, do you know what I mean? You're going through the motions, you're learning. Just like cubs, when they're playing around, do you know what I mean? They're tiger, they're rolling around, they're playing, they're learning their trade, do you know what I mean? Their craft.
So within your experience as a personal trainer, give me an example of the sort of people that you've trained around boxing. Oh,
I've trained all sorts, from all walks of life, to the big, burly, strong men who want to fight in competition, to the little dainty lady who don't want to break a nail, but they love the idea of boxing. They've watched it. They know how great it is for fitness. Okay. So literally, I've trained little kids who watch Incredible Hulk. Okay. They want a Hulk smash. Do you know what I mean? Well, don't Hulk smash at home when your mum's there. Come to the gym, and you can get that Hulk out on the bag, on the pads.
You just reminded me as well how we first met, because I went to an event at a local boxing gym, and you were there and you were training someone, and then I found out afterwards the person you were training had like diabetes, and he was training for a fight. So really, there's no really limits to what you can do as long as it's safe and you're able, and maybe it's safe for you to do that. So I would suggest like seeking medical advice.
Of course, if there's any underlying, like I said, health conditions, 100% see your doctor first before anything.
Okay, no, thank you. So hopefully we'll get together face to face with a few groups. They can learn more about it, and then you can introduce them to that thing you were telling me about. Tell me a bit more about Bob. What's Bob?
Right, yeah. If I say I was punching Bob, people are thinking, how aggressive, he's striking the man in the face. It's not. It's basically like a punch bag. Okay. And it's shaped like a marine, like a big burly bloke, you know what I mean? But he's only got a torso.
Oh, I think I've seen him,
so he's got the head, he's got no arms, and basically you can punch Bob all your life and he doesn't hit you back, so it's great. Okay. So, I mean, for that, it's great for your fitness. It's great for a boxer who actually does want to work on the timing and the precision of the punches and stuff, because you can be a lot more accurate rather than a big shapeless bag. Yes. So, yes, I'm in the process now of setting up my own little gym where I'm going to be having a load of my little Bob friends. Okay. And the little kiddies Bobby one. So so then you can come along and you get your frustration out, and you can learn to box and get fit, and it's just a bit of fun. Okay, you say you're in the process. Can you give us a sneak preview? What's it called to look out for? Oh yeah, it's going to be called striking range. Striking, all right. Striking range. So if you can imagine, you got your golf range, you got your shooting range, and then you got your striking range. So yeah, I love that. No, Paul, I appreciate your energy, and also passing on some of these techniques that have taken you years to kind of like develop. I like the fact that when you do it with like enthusiasm and like positivity and what you're promoting. So I look forward to hearing about your new ventures, and thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, guys.